Welcome to the Formula 1 Qatar Airways Austrian Grand Prix. And don't forget to like and subscribe, by the way. Pitlane Gamer is the place for all things Formula 1. And you can see here, this is the Red Bull ring. Lots of DRS. And a really fast track with lots of elevation changes. We can see more of that obviously as we get into the race. Let's quickly look over the starting grid, and it will be Lando Norris from Fernando Alonso on the front row. Of course, Alonso is the focus of our career, so very, very good there from Fernando. Then we've got Max and Carlos, followed by Charles Leclerc, Piastri, Russell, Tsunoda in 8th there. Very good qualifying. Hamilton 9th, Perez 10th. Ocon and Gasly, the teammates there together. Lance Stroll 13th, disappointing there for the Aston Martins, followed by Albon, Magnussen, Bottas, Hülkenberg, Zhou, Ricciardo and Logan Sargent at the back. Look at some penalties there at the back too. As we see everybody on the grid. Yeah, here's the main man, Fernando Alonso. I don't know why we are zooming in on that mechanics nether regions there. There we go, that's better. It's been a good season for Fernando so far. Very much in this title hunt. We'll have to see, as you can see there, 181 points, leading over Max Verstappen and Lando Norris. Being very much let down in the constructors though by Lance Stroll. 40 points is very low down. So let's get these lights on. And we're underway here at Austria. It's a very, very good start from Fernando Alonso, who takes first place. Lando's been left in the dust there. Drops down to third, potentially fourth actually. Yeah, down into fourth position. And it's Fernando Alonso with a clear lead already. Half a second up. DRS will start on lap 2, so if you're going to gap somebody, it's got to be now. Norris get down to 5th actually. It's an awful start. Let's have a look at Verstappen's start, shall we? Very quick. You see Lando so slow off the line. Max was temporarily in first position, but Alonso taking that inside line, just squeezing out Max a little bit. Here's Lando's point of view. You can see that everybody has a good start around him, and he's very slow off the line. Now down, battling with his teammate, Oscar Piastri. Let's get back to the live race now. And yeah, Piastri now moved down to 7th. Disastrous start for the McLaren team. They have to sort that out. So we've got the new features, the Austrian flag there at the top. Looks very nice, to be honest. I like it. It's Alonso P1 from Verstappen. He's not been able to get Verstappen. It was very difficult to gap somebody by a second in one lap that I have here, by the way, because of how short the laps are. And then, obviously from this lap onwards, we have DRS, and that makes it infinitely more difficult. That's 2 tenths behind here. So look at Leclerc on signs as well. The Ferrari side by side. I think he's going to make a go of it there, Leclerc. Maybe make a move here down the hill. We're into turn 5. A long right-hander. I'd say it's a hairpin. We've got this is the awkward middle section. Let's be careful here. You can run too wide and end up in the gravel, or even probably one of the few places you could end up in a wall. And towards the last two turns, Fernando just about holding on here, and Fernando and Max have managed to gap Sainz, who's holding everyone up behind, which is obviously good for those two at the front. Carlos, really, he's concentrating on defending at the minute, and yeah, it's made a big gap between the top two and the rest. Leclerc has gone through. I expected him to do it last lap, but no, he's gone through this lap. And the Sainz coming back, as you can see, with the DRS down the hill as well. We've got a very long DRS train actually, from third all the way down to 17th, I believe. So if you're not Leclerc or Sainz, it's very, very difficult for you to make any sort of pass, because everybody in front of you is going to have DRS. Ocon's just dropped out of DRS there, so now down to 10th from third, that train of cars. So Max, yeah, this is a very short DRS zone, and he was to turn one and then up the hill. That's technically turn two up the hill as well. Ocon and Perez actually battling here for 11th position, back to the front, and side by side. Oh, is Max gonna? He's got the lead. Is he going to be able to hold it back down the hill? That's turn 4 and turn 5. Max has, yeah, he's managed to keep the lead down the hill there, and DRS coming into play, and we have. Oh, we can see the replay right now. We have a new race leader, and it's a Red Bull of Max Verstappen. He's going to be disappointed. His teammate is very much out of the points right now. See, that's through turn 3. It's a nice pass. It's a regular zone to pass. Very good now, Max. He's starting to open a gap on Fernando, and that's good for him. But you expect here DRS here on the start finish straight, and then after turn 1 up the hill you get DRS, and then after turn 3 back down the hill you got DRS again. So I fully expect Fernando to close the gap, and he has done it. He has closed that gap. Interesting to see, can Leclerc hold off the likes of Sainz and Norris. Going around the outside there, Fernando just going a little bit wide, maybe braking late, and just broke slightly too late. Going to make the pass down the hill, or is he? No, Max. Some good defensive driving there. Quite impressive, to be honest. Not dirty at all. Very well. And that's on the medium compound, and if we get a look at what Alonso started on, strategy's gonna be crucial here, especially as the overtakes are difficult for those third and downwards. Yeah, down to Hamilton in 10th, although Tsunoda's looking like he's going to drop off the back of the chasing pack, which is not going to do Hamilton any favours either. It's going to be massively important, the pit stops, as I say, especially for those in that DRS train. You try and make an undercut, you stay out longer and try and get a bit of pace at the end. We'll have to see. But Max firmly in control here. Fernando biding his time in second position. You can see at the top right of the screen there, the Alonso cam. It's suggests to me, by looking at that Max also has the fastest lap of the race. Already 6 laps down, there's 30 laps to go. It sounds a lot, but because of the nature of Austria, it's quick laps, so you see they're getting round really quickly. Sainz might be in a little bit of trouble here. Both McLarens breathing down his neck. He needs a bit of help from his teammate, and he gets it. He's got the DRS. Nobody able to make a pass. They're racing as if it's formation lap. Stroll into 8th position, and it's a good start from Lance, to be fair. He needs to start picking up more points, really, Lance, if Aston Martin has any sort of ambition to win the Constructors. Only 40 points so far for Lance this season. He's done all right, especially in recent races, but you know, he had an awful start to the season. But he does need to step up another level if he can. But we're in 8th at the minute. It's not too bad. I think if you're an Aston Martin fan, you just hope that Alonso, carries the majority of the load, and then Lance just keeps picking up points on the regular. Tsunoda's gone through on Stroll there, and Stroll's took the position back. We've got Magnussen and Perez battling too. Further down, Perez outside of the points. In 11th position, he needs to get a move on and get on the back of Hamilton if he's going to have any sort of chance of picking up points. But currently in a massive battle with the Haas. You can see on the replay here, this is a Magnussen. I think this shows how underwhelming Perez is in this Red Bull, and B, how good Max is in this Red Bull. You see them side by side. I'm sure K-Mag wasn't the person that Perez wanted to be battling in this race. And Lance down in 9th position now. He's got the opportunity to retake Yuki Tsunoda for 8th. As we have movement. Norris up to 4th. Carlos Sainz going to try and make a move, which opens the door for Piastri on the inside. 3 wide here, and Norris has just about managed to hold position there. Sainz overtakes Piastri. Is he going to get around the outside of Lando? I don't think he is. It was a bit of a disaster for Carlos Sainz. As you can see, the dropped right back from Charles Leclerc. Unfortunately for Charles, a good thing is that he's in 3rd position. The bad thing is that he's in no man's land at the minute. He's 3 seconds behind Fernando Alonso, but he's also over 2 seconds in front of Lando, so difficult for him. Norris, of course, having to battle back from what was definitely a very poor start. Let's be honest, not good at all. Was pole position, dropped all the way down to 5th. Now has managed to get up to 4th position. Back up to 2nd then. Alonso just outside the DRS zone. Just close the gap ever so slightly. much easier time. Those medium tyres, I expect those medium ones, what, like 16 maybe, 17? I'd say 16 would mean they'd go 20 on the hard tyres. Seems about right, 17, 19. Yeah, around there, 16 or 17 they'll come in. Oh, I imagine. Piastri down to 18th position. He's in the wall and he's out. He's out of the race. Well, we'll have to see what happened there. Here we go. You can see just running as usual. Oh, he looks really slow there. And he's pulled off to one side. I think that's going to be an engine failure. That is actually disastrous for the McLaren team, especially in their pursuit of the constructors' title. Oscar Piastri, the first out so far. Lots of gaps opening up now. The first car with DRS is Lance Stroll. He's running 7th now, behind George Russell. If he can make a pass there, get into 6th, that's going to be really, really strong and impressive. And Lance Stroll. Let's not count our chickens before they've hatched though. There's a long way to go. Verstappen is now 2 seconds in front. He's really, really pushing hard. And looks pretty much unstoppable right now. I think the gap's opened up due to Oscar's failure there. They were just taking the time getting through, just making sure. If they didn't want any incidents themselves, they didn't know if Oscar had the car under control or not. But looked like he did, and he just pulled off. It looked like initially to me, it looked like he'd actually put it into the wall, but as we saw on the replay, clearly was a failure of some sort. So we can only speculate at this point. I imagine it was something to do with the engine. There was no smoke, so maybe suspension, or I don't know. Anyway, back to Leclerc in 3rd position. Lando's managed to close the gap a little bit here, actually. That McLaren is very quick when it gets going. So is the Ferrari, to be fair. It's quite even in terms of performance. The interesting battle's just behind it, the battle for 6th. You can see them going up the hill now. Here we go. We're focused on Lance Stroll. Look at these three. We've got an Aston Martin sandwich between the two Mercedes. We've got a bit of time to Sonoda, so as long as they keep that gap, I think they'll be able to battle it out between themselves. So back up to Norris is closing. It's not a lot, but it's getting there. You know, it's a bit at a time. Easy for me to say. Each lap, I think we'll start to see drivers thinking about pit stops now. We're on lap 14. A couple of laps will be coming in, I would imagine, especially these medium runners. Lance now very close. You can see on the left hand side on the telemetry he's got really, really close. Oh, he's just backed off. He's not managed to get through. It's unfortunate. Now he has managed to get through. Oh, hopefully get a replay of that. And, yeah, here we go. You see on the replay, up in turn 3. Didn't quite manage to get through, but took the outside line and had a much better exit speed, plus DRS. Lance Stroll into 6th position. And he started outside the top 10, so he's having a fantastic race so far. Gap now from Leclerc to Norris, 1.4, so he's took 2/10 out. That's almost 1.3. So he's really taking the time out of Leclerc. He's got that gap down from when he passed Sainz. It was over 2 seconds, so looking really, really good. Lando here, just dropping back ever so slightly to Max each lap now, which oh, and Stroll again. Russell's managed to go around the outside this time. I think Lance is going to be able to retake that position, but he's going to be looking to do so on the next lap. So, yeah, interesting stuff. As Leclerc has closed the gap here on Fernando Alonso too. There we go, Alonso into the pits, lap 50. Maybe 1 lap earlier than I anticipated, but we'll see how this undercut goes. Might be able to close the gap. Oh, we've got a problem. Oh, getting that front left off. Oh no, that looked like a slow stop to me. Looked like he had a problem. The mechanic there had a problem getting that front left tyre off. That could be disastrous for Fernando. Oh, we've got the Alonso cam top right. He is the driver that we're following, and yeah, that's really, really sad there that we're down into 17th. That problem, you could see he was just maybe trying too hard. Didn't have the right angle to get the tyre off, and that could be Fernando's potential win out of the window here. You see Tsunoda into the pits. Lots of people pitting in now. Max is in. Leclerc's in. Norris is in. So Carlos Sainz is going to take the lead of this race. And we're going to have to see who's going to come out where. I mean, Fernando's come out in 9th position, which is not, you know, after this lap of pit stops, not terrible. We've still got another round to go. I mean, there's still drivers that have not pitted in. You know, Sainz, Russell, Stroll, Hamilton, Perez, Gasly, Hulkenberg yet to pit in, so might have got away with that a little bit. The second position would have had a really good chance at an undercut there, but unfortunately, I think we're gonna, that guy that's changing the front left, or the one that's taking the front left off, he's gonna get a big fine this week, or Lawrence Stroll will kidnap his family. Russell looks like he's staying out. Where's he coming? Russell running really long. Fernando Alonso putting in the fastest lap of the race. You see that gap between himself and Max. 3.6 seconds now. So did lose time, didn't manage the undercut. Got on those hard tyres until the end though. It's, should be second place, pretty much guaranteed. As this is Leclerc and is that Lando? Doesn't look like Lando. Yeah, it is Lando. There you go. Leclerc just passing Lando there. That's going to be one to watch out for the rest of this race now. Lando's done a really good job with the undercut. He's got a podium in his sights, that's for sure. So Russell's come in. Verstappen moves up into first, Alonso into second. Yeah, Leclerc and Norris have gone through. Lando now really pushing Leclerc, looking to make a pass if he can. Sainz has gone through, so Russell's going to be in 6th position. Hamilton might go through there, he got the momentum. And Lance Stroll, another disastrous pit stop for the Aston Martins, down into 11th. He was running, remember, he's in the top 6, now down to 11th position, and that's really sad to see. Not a great round of pit stops for the Aston Martin team. I imagine we're going to see a few firings in that garage. And they'll be lucky if that. I mean, Lawrence Stroll will probably tie him up and drop him into a pool of piranhas. Here we go, and it is Lando going to make the pass here. It's probably not the best corner to make the pass because then you've got 2 more DRS zones. It's quite naive of Lando there to just position himself ready to make the pass into turn 3, which he hasn't done, you see, and Leclerc's managed to stay in front. He might get it down the hill though. He's closing the gap. Less than a tenth, but no, not close enough. That's what I mean. Just position yourself through turn 1 and then go for it, going both up and down the hill. I think that's the right way to do it. Definitely a podium for Lando. And Carlos Sainz is under real pressure from both George Russell and Lewis Hamilton. We've got a big gap down to Tsunoda there, about 5 seconds, but then behind Tsunoda there's quite a few cars lining up in DRS, so points available for most people here, not Logan Sargent. Russell has gone through on Carlos Sainz. Perez going through on Magnussen there, by the way, for 9. Hamilton also going through on Sainz. That's what I was waiting for. Sainz battling back. Hamilton does have a better line, I would say. So Carlos Sainz losing 2 positions there. That is disastrous for the Ferrari driver. Of course, in real life, not the Ferrari driver anymore. Moving to Williams for the upcoming season. We go back live then as Perez and Magnussen again having a real ding dong here. But because of that, they've managed to drop out of the DRS of Yuki Tsunoda. And once again, having a really good race there in the RB. I think he'll feel harshly done by in real life that he didn't get Perez's seat in the full Red Bull team. I don't know what he's got to do. And he's always outperforming his teammate and doing bits with the sister car, as we call it. Leclerc and Norris again battling. Norris almost getting through, but not quite, and I don't think he's close enough. And down into turn 5, so no pass for Norris. But yeah, I don't know what Yuki's got to do. it's a shame really. I'd like to see it. I think he's matured as a driver, and I would like to see him get kind of the seat. To be. So as we start lap 23 for these guys, getting closer towards the end. I told you this race will go really quickly. Even though I think I said at the time there's 30 laps to go, and in your head you think, oh, it's a long way, but it's not. Just based on, you know, this how this track is, how quick it is. 30 laps can go by in no time. Especially watching such good racing as we are. And again unable to pass. Did really well with the undercut. But, great strategy from the pound team, but unable to take advantage and potentially get on the podium. Not over yet though. I think you can see the problem is he's too aggressive into turn one. And I think he's done a bit better here. He's left a little bit of a gap, and he's started to position himself. There you go. Looking a lot better now in terms of potentially passing, but unable to do so. And Leclerc with that 4/10 might well be enough to hold Lando off for another lap. Yep. So not able to make the pass once again. As I say, it was a better turn one from Lando. He didn't fully go for it where it's really difficult. A good run up the hill. He's just going to get it a little bit better than what he's doing right now. Looking further down the field, Perez looks under pressure. He's managed to get through on some of it. He's up into 8th position, but Tsunoda right behind him, so we'll have to keep an eye out for that. There we go. Once again, and Norris is going to go out around the outside. That could be enough to make the pass there through turn 3. It is enough. Now, is he going to have enough to hold Leclerc off? Down the hill, it's turn 5. Yes, he is. He's just about kept it in front. And Lando sitting nicely in 3rd position. That will be a podium. Should it stay that way? Will be a disappointing weekend overall. Obviously, he started on pole position. Take the sprint race out of it, just based on this feature race, he'll be quite disappointed. But at least he's managed to pull something back. As we saw earlier, he moved down right down to 5th position, and he's had to really battle to get back up into that top 3. Big gaps opening up now at the front, as you can see, 4.3 from Max to Fernando, and then 6.4 from Fernando to Lando. Bit of a tongue twister there. But Lando's going to be slowed down. He's going to have to defend against Leclerc. Gasly goes through on Magnussen for the final point scoring position. It could be an unlikely point for the Alpines. Would be an unlikely point for the Haas team as well. But Lance Stroll is actually really close on the back of Magnussen and Gasly, so could still make a move. Got to be careful, he's got Ocon and Bottas behind. Hulkenberg too. So we've got 6 drivers all battling for the final points position. 1 point is 1 point at the end of the day. It's an extra point towards your total and towards constructors total. Here we go, Leclerc through on Norris. Now turn 4 into turn 5. So Norris back to square one really. As you can see, Leclerc goes around the outside. That is the optimal line there. If you're going to make the pass, is go around the outside. And it allows you enough of a run down the hill just to stay in front. So all to do once again for Lando, as I mentioned, as Magnussen and Stroll switching positions there. Stroll did make a pass. Magnussen's dropped out of DRS. That's going to be costly, and that's going to make the job of Lance infinitely more difficult, because not only will he have to pass K-Mag, he's going to have to close the gap on Pierre Gasly. He's running out of laps to do so as well. Let's see if Lando is going to go down the inside this time. I don't think that's going to benefit him. He's going to have DRS, so he might be able to do something here. It's only 2.5 tenths. They're not quite close enough, is it? See, taking that inside line into turn 3 is not ideal. If I'm Charles Leclerc, I'm going to try and force Lando to take that inside line every lap. That wider angle allows you to a much better. Ooh, Fernando running wide. Max pitting in here. Late pit stop from Max Verstappen. Gifts Fernando Alonso the lead. Leclerc and Norris go through as well. I assume that Russell's probably going to get through. Problems for Max. Gone too hard on the tyres. Not a great pit stop either. Yeah, down into 7th. And yeah, down into 8th actually. Perez overtaken. Let's see what happened here. A big lock up on the front left. Is that a puncture even? I think he might have had a puncture there. That's disastrous for Max Verstappen. Down into 9th. We have a new race leader. It's Fernando Alonso. Gifted the lead here, but what that does show is you've just got to concentrate and just stay in the zone and just carry on, do your best. Don't give up on the win, because you never know what's going to happen. This is Formula 1. And yeah, Fernando Alonso looking really good now. I believe it was a puncture. It looked like it was anyway, on that front left. Guess we can confirm that after the race. But yeah, Lando's still pushing. Now this is going to be a push for 2nd position. Again, trying to get too close into turn 1. That's not too bad though. If you can have a good exit. DRS enabled straight away. It's turn 2, which is not a turn at all. He's got that outside line. That's the ideal line, as we've been saying, as I mentioned before, and he's managed to get through up into 2nd position now. Lando Norris. Nothing Charles can do about that. You have to he's gonna have to have 3rd position and be happy with it. Still time though. He's got what? Probably a lap younger or a lap fresher, newer tyres on there. Lando did go for the undercut, remember, so Yeah, could be something that comes into play late on. Max obviously out on the soft tyres now. He's got a fresh set of softs on, and been a fantastic race for Max. And then that extra pit stop he's had to take obviously takes the fast lap. That's a no-brainer. He's going to close the gap. As you can see, he's really pushing. We've got to minimise the damage here. Because, Fernando and himself 1-2 in the Drivers' Championship. As Lance Stroll trying to get round Gasly, and he does. Lance Stroll is now in a point scoring position, which is great news. That one extra point, if he could stay there, could come in handy here for the Aston Martins. Actually, with the Red Bull struggling, look how quick Max has closed his gap on his teammate Sergio Perez. Is he going to have enough to get up to Sainz or Hamilton? Maybe. I'm not sure. Maybe not Hamilton. I think that might be asking too much. But could get to Sainz. Here we go. Not messing around. In turn one, makes the pass. I'm sure Sergio's had the old team orders there. Christian Horner in his ear. Let Max through, please. Back at the front, Lando's managed to hold on to second position for a couple of laps now. And he is closing the gap on Fernando Alonso, and pretty quickly as well. He's really pushing this McLaren to the limits. You would imagine now on lap 33 of 36, just 4 laps to go, that Fernando's gap is enough, but it was very, very early with the pit stop, Fernando. Trying to make that undercut as Leclerc goes through on Lando for second position, which I think will help Fernando at the front. So those tyres of Alonso might be struggling a little bit at this stage. Looking at the gap between Max and Carlos Sainz in front. Not really making up too much time. Took 2 tenths out really quickly there. You've got to do more than that. Let's see, another 2 tenths. So yeah, maybe Max can catch up to Carlos Sainz. As I mentioned, trying to minimise the damage. Lance Stroll still in 10th position. Yuki Tsunoda in 9th. That's a very good showing from him. They're showing consistency there in the RB, where his teammate Danny Ricciardo not quite doing that. And they're not able to get through on Leclerc. Not this lap anyway. He does have DRS coming down the hill. That's all. Only going to close the gap though. He's not going to be able to get through. And this is good news, obviously, for Fernando. You can see at the top right there, he's struggling a little bit with these tyres. To go on a very long stint on these hard tyres. He's looking at the undercut, and unfortunately not the greatest pit stop. As we saw, that mechanic is going to he's going to have a laser slowly move up between his legs and cut him in half, James Bond style. Rest in peace, our man on the front left. But yeah, he's doing all right though. It's just 2 laps to go, less than 2 laps to go now, and got that 2-second gap, so should be all right. If you're watching on a bigger screen, you will be able to see the actual percentages on those tyres. You see he's struggling a little bit, but got the gap. So Max has really closed the gap on Carlos Sainz. It's going to go to the final lap of the race for him, whether he can pass the Ferrari driver or not. I'm sure he will be looking to do so. Just before we get to the last lap, don't forget, if you like the video, leave a thumbs up for us. Leave a comment. What have you thought of this race? Has Fernando got a little bit lucky? Feel bad for Max not getting the win. And of course, everything Formula 1 related here. The Pitlane Gamer channel, so if you could subscribe, that would mean the world to us. With more and more content coming your way. And Max has managed to get through on Sainz here. Russell in no man's land in 4th, but here's the battle, and here's the last lap. Looks like Fernando is going to take it, and that will be 25 big points as he comes around the final corner, and it is Fernando Alonso who wins the Austrian Grand Prix. Leclerc in 2nd, Norris 3rd, and we've got Russell in 4th, Hamilton 5th. Max did a really good job there to get 6th in the end. Driver of the day, Fernando Alonso. I don't think we can really argue with that. Had a really good showing. I thought Lance had a decent race too. And you can see everybody celebrating there in the Aston Martin garage. I think Fernando Alonso might have saved that mechanic's life by getting the win. It's going to extend his lead at the top of the drivers' standings. As he walks out onto the balcony, a very happy man, rightfully so. Leclerc had a fantastic race there, 2nd position. Lando a little bit disappointed, I would imagine, 3rd position in the end from pole, but still 15 very important points. Max Verstappen did get the fast lap in the end. We're not surprised. That was always going to be the case, I believe. So there's the celebrations. And here's the current driver's standings. 9 points between Alonso and Verstappen. The Aston's in 3rd. And the next race, as you see there at the bottom of your screen, is going to be Silverstone. Always great action at Silverstone. Probably going to see some changing weather conditions too, so get ready for that. And I hope you enjoyed the commentary. I hope you enjoyed the video, and we will see you next time for the British Grand Prix from Silverstone. I'll see you all later on.